Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 36 of my journey through Group Self-Found Settlers of Kalguur League. And today is finally the day. I've been grinding for it for weeks, and today we're going to run 100 Mavens. I have all 100 of these here. I'm going to turn my tab affinities off and run all of these using my ball lightning of orbiting Hierophant, using Doriani's prototype. Last time I got an Aegis Aurora, so defensively I'm kind of stacked here. I want to put my armor flask back on. Let's just toss it in, go for it. And I should be able to absolutely wreck Maven here. Let's hope, or else this will take way too long. But we should have some good damage, except she likes to move around. But let's go. Oh, move back up here. And I need to place the balls. I misplaced one. She gets on low life. I get my curse in. There we go.
Pain will be returned tenfold. Space aligns.
Alright. And then the nucleus. Oh yeah, this is going to be just fine. Nucleus will go really fast every single time. Back to Maven, but then memory game. Right, up, right. Maven here. Go, 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 go. Just gonna... Okay, now I gotta move. I just kind of went for it there. Cascade of Pain, doesn't matter. I can block spells. Phased. Alright, and then I got myself a nice spot set up here so that I can get better damage off on the nucleus. And I can get the curse down now. Then right into the next memory game. Got up, left, right, up, right, up. Where Maven? Up. Alright, these ones I need to actually place. Move! Oh god. Yeah, stand still, Maven. That's good. Good. I like that. Easy. So then the last phase of the nucleus. Up Sigil of Power, and the Orb of Storms, and then Curse. Good. Okay. Then I gotta deal with this, and Maven is gonna do the memory game. Left, right, up, right, up. Okay, so we're starting up. Actually, up, left, right. Wait, up, right, up. Watch Maven. Oh, left. No, I went over here. Go, 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 go. Oh, nice. Good move, good move, good move. This is where I hit the flask. Go. Oh, she stayed again. Beautiful. One Maven down. And we got a pair of boots. We'll dump this in here, grab the next one, and go again. So I've shown how easy the fight's gonna go. So we'll probably just be looking mostly at drops, trying to see what awakened gems I can get as we go, because I'm going to rip through these pretty quickly. Now, if I can finish all these quickly enough, I do have a special project planned for later, but I might not have time to do it. And I got touched by a beam here. Yay, block is good. Ha ha ha. Pair of boots. So earlier today, I traded a % intelligence belt and a % intelligence synthesized ring for another reflecting mist. And I have another helical ring that I can craft. I will see what I can do with that after I get through all of these. But the plan for the next character was to go farm Delve so that I could build up fossils to craft said ring. I might be able to squeak something out with what I have remaining, but the next character was to farm for that. Now I am hoping that I get some cool awakened gems from this, and that will kind of direct what build I make next. If not, I'm probably leading towards some chaos dot focused build, either occultist or trickster. But that means we need awakened gems. What do we got? Orb of Conflict and red belts. Blue belt, green belt, boots, orb of conflict, and a blue belt. Awaken vicious projectiles and boots. Awaken deadly ailments and boots and boots. 10 down. Red belt, conflict, and boots. Red belt and 2 scarabs. Awaken generosity and green belt. Green belt, orb of conflict, legacy of fury, green belt, a vault map, green belt, red belt, fury emblem for a crusader influenced necrotic armor. Cool. Green belt, 20 down. Boots, green belt, awakened cast on crit. Ooh, that could be fun. Another green gem too, with a green belt. Ooh, maybe that's what I do next. Some kind of cast on crit thing. There's a lot of green belts too. Red belt, awaken burning damage, orb of conflict, and red belt. Blue belt, awaken minion damage, red belt. Awaken controlled destruction, orb of conflict, blue belt. Awaken blasphemy and boots. That's 30 down. Awakened Ancestral Call and boots. Finally, a doppelganger, guys. Came 6-socketed. Awaken Melee Splash, green belt. Awaken Lightning Pin, blue belt. Orb of Conflict, blue belt. Awakened Chain. Ooh, another really fun one. And boots. Max roll Warlock Gloves and boots. Red belt. Awaken added lightning damage and boots. Boots, Orb of Conflict. That's 40 down. Orb of Conflict. Widow Hail and boots. Widow Hail is 232. Awaken added chaos damage and green belt. Orb of Conflict, blue belt. Red belt, Orb of Conflict. Red belt. Awaken void manipulation. Red belt. Sadist garb. Orb of Conflict. Red belt. Orb of Conflict. Blue belt. Boots. That is 50 down. Halfway there. Boots. A chaos orb and a blue belt. Awakened added cold damage and a green belt. Awakened deadly ailments. Orb of Conflict and boots. 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 Awakened blasphemy. Orb of Conflict, red belt. Green belt. Green belt. 32 gold. That is 60 down. Awakened area of effect. Cool. Blue belt. Awakened minion damage. Green belt. Orb of Conflict and boots. Awakened melee fizz. Green belt. Rot gut. Red belt. Another doppelganger, guys. Orb of Conflict. Boots, Legion Scarab, and a Winter Weave. Awaken minion damage and boots. Blue belt, boots, 70 down. Only 30 remain. Only 30 more. Boots, green belt, awaken melee splash, and green belt. Doppelganger, guys. Awakened Fire Pin. Red belt. Awakened Blasphemy. Red belt. Green belt. Green belt. Boots. That's 80. Red belt. Awakened Cold Pin. Red belt. Blue belt. A shiny Dialis has shown up. That's cool. Red belt. Blue belt. Boots. Blue belt. Red belt. Awakened Blasphemy. And boots. 2 full circles around this room. You know what's the best way to deal with this? That. And then it's done. So much easier. Green belts. Only 10 left. Orb of Conflict. Red belt. It finally happened. I've been looking for it the whole time. One of the top and left combos only on number 92. It really is rare that that happens. Awakened LE damage with attacks. Green belt. Boots. Orb of Conflict. Boots. There's been so many like this. Up and then left. Or right. Yeah, that's normally what ends up happening with those. Orb of Conflict, blue belt, Orb of Conflict and boots, Orb of Conflict, green belt, boots, and a Namahu's sign. Orb of Conflict and boots. Last one And then I went through the whole first one, go through the last one, just to see if anything's changed. My mind kind of left this whole process, like somewhere between 30 and 40. I've kind of been absent-mindedly doing these ever since. And nothing can kill me except the beam from this thing. I've mostly been trying not to put the balls in the middle for the first couple rounds of this so that I can get in here and stand on top of this guy. But even if I do, it's okay. Then we right into the next memory game. I stand here just so I can see them all. I like this spot right here. Cool. Up. Down, left, right. My brain's gone from this. But I can just focus down here. Use my flask in the second phase here. Try, if I can, remember to do a little sidestep around the boss for the brittle ground that I'm running around with. Yeah, but then if I don't put the balls in the middle, I can make sure I can brittle the nucleus, which is nice. Second round of that, I can get the curse off. And there's usually some time to get damage in here. If Maven does this, sometimes the nucleus gets balls out, which I don't like. I try to off-center these for the same reason. So when I have to fight the nucleus next time, I got a spot to stand. Alright, I think there's one left side. Here, here, here. Over. Down. Up. Good. Where? Up here. I gotta place these balls because of all the garbage in the last phase. I don't have a flask to use here, that's why I used it on the previous phase. I should be able to get the flask back up. Yeah, I'm one charge away from the ads that come here. And then, yeah, like I mentioned, I have a little spot to stand because I off-centered them just a little bit. If I can get that brittle on the nucleus, it goes just a tiny bit faster. Alright, then, if I can get any damage in here, I will try. Nope. Went right into the memory game. And then I try and stay around this same area so I can see. Right up. Right up. Right up. Nice. I decided a long time ago that if I got 2 full circles around on this phase, that I was just noping into the middle. Which, that only happened once, actually. There's only one time that I deliberately died to the memory game. And a flask here. Got brittle. Just gonna move. Perfect. Easy. GG. I died a lot of times just to, like, not paying attention. The nucleus explosion as well as the memory game. Then we get Orb of Conflict and a green belt. And there we go. 100 Mavens down. And I think it's safe to say, at this point, that there is no correlation to the Awakened Gems dropping based on my super negative dexterity. At least with regard to Maven. Like, that is absolutely busted. There was a really plausible theory that because of my dexterity being negative might have been the reasoning for like 2 weeks straight I dropped nothing but red and blue Awakened Gems on this character, but that did not prove to be that way today. I still have not gotten my own Echo Forge. There is one in the league, as there was last league. I still want my own. Belt distribution, 25 green, 21 red, 15 blue, and 35 on the boots, 28 Awakened Gems, and 25 Orbs of Conflict. The big things: Awakened Cast on Crit, Awakened Chain, Awakened Increased AoE, and there was a bunch of Awakened Blasphemies. An Awakened Blasphemy would be good for the Chaos.Occultist that I was thinking about, but I feel like I gotta go with an Awakened Cast on Crit build up next, because last time I played Cast on Crit, which is the only time I played Cast on Crit, I did it in Trial of the Ancestors with the additional projectile tattoos that I got from Trial of the Ancestors on a Deadeye, did returning projectile ice spear on a Deadeye. So I want to do something different with that. Doppelganger guys can definitely make that way easier. None of them rolled amazingly well for the crit. Then the Awakened Chain goes to the Static Strike champion that I started the league with. I never got an awakened elemental damage with attacks on this build either, but I want to see what this looks like with an awakened chain in here. It just gives it an additional chain over the actual chain, which is amazing. All right, this build, yeah, I hit that, and then now I can run around and it chains more times, so it'd be better at clearing than it was before, which is pretty cool. Oh, yes, that's really cool. It definitely chains and hits more things. It just goes. Zaps. It just kind of deletes everything. It's pretty cool. Oh, yeah, and I got a tincture on this bad boy. That doesn't do much of anything because I have no mana. Ah, because I took the Enlighten off for a different build. That makes sense. This build is fun. So now I got to figure out what I want to do with a cast on crit build. I could go and make one of these Reaver swords that everybody's using for Molten Strike of the Zenith, but then make that on an Inquisitor where I can get a ton of extra crit chance, and then I can battle mage all of that elemental damage into something, maybe like a Purifying Flame, Magma Orb, something fire. I think that for sure sounds fun. I'm gonna pull this off here so I can level that. I also made a whopping 26,000 gold today. That is after running an actual map. So I'll add that in here. We go from 5 days, 22 minutes to it added 2 hours today. I cleaned out most of the uniques. I'm gonna dump all the jewelry in there before I go to sleep. But I emptied out a bunch of this. I started working on this tab, but then there's this tab and this tab. It's a mess that I'm gonna have to clean up. But I'll have a lot of good gear that I can try and roll. Yeah, that's where my head's at. Cast on crit, Purifying Flame, Inquisitor, Battle Mage. This has a good effectiveness of added damage. Blazing Salvo wouldn't benefit as much as a Purifying Flame from making the super Tri-Ellie sword. And I want to make one of those this league before the league ends, because that's probably not going to ever exist again, I would have to imagine. So yeah, that's where my head is at, based on everything we got from today. If you got other ideas, I'd be happy to hear them. But that's where I'm going to end for today. We'll use the next build to go into Delve and then take another gamble at the Helical Ring sometime, probably next weekend. But with that, I'd like to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, definitely hit the like button, as it really helps the channel out a lot. Subscribe to make sure you don't miss more videos from me. If you'd like to help support my channel, please consider using the super thanks, the heart icon just below the video, or by joining to become a member. And I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.